Water, they say, is life. And right now we're going to be talking about community water and how critical it is to community development, particularly in deprived areas. The network of community water services is partnering some MMDAs to empower these local communities to effectively and financially manage their water systems. Joining us in the studio for a conversation on this, we have the Deputy CEO of NETCOWAS, Nana Adade. She joins the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you in the studio. Tell me, first of all, NETCOWAS, this network, what's it all about?
Thank you very much for the question. NETCOWAS is a private water utility company that mainly focuses on professionalizing and formalizing piped water systems in small towns in Ghana. So before we transformed into a private water utility service, we were operating as an NGO. So what we were doing was that we were providing assistance, technical assistance to these communities' piped water systems through coaching and training, and we were also monitoring how they were implementing the recommendations we were giving to them. So we realized that the pace of progress or the development of these recommendations were very disappointing. So we got to know that transforming these piped water systems into formal entities was going to enhance the productivity of these systems. So in Ghana, there are about 1,000 piped water systems dotted across the country, with about 80% of them being managed by the communities themselves with assistance from the MMDAs. And these form of production or processes have been seen to be informal. So they have various problems and challenges they are facing. So NETCOWAS is coming in to formalize and professionalize these systems, and also to mobilize repayable finance for investing into new and existing piped water systems in the communities. We also want to improve upon operational efficiency and creditworthiness of these small town piped water systems, and also pre-finance on-premise connections to expand connections to different households. So NETCOWAS seeks to transform the piped water systems into more resilient and efficient entities.
I see. So if I asked you in a nutshell what your mission is, what would you say?
I would say our mission is to transform the piped water services in the communities into efficient and creditworthy entities. When I talk about creditworthy entities, it means the ability to receive financing or loans and then pay back.
I see. Now, this collaboration with the MMDAs and the community partnerships, how do you mean to execute this? How has it gone so far with NETCOWAS?
Okay, so with the partnership with the MMDAs and communities, we leverage social capital and then local capital from local resources from the communities. So what we do is that in our operations, we have interactions with the MMDAs and the communities to work hand in hand with them. We have direct participation of the communities in our processes.
And you're hoping that this will address those challenges, right?
Yes, this is going to address those challenges because of the informal nature of the piped water systems in the communities. When there are problems, they are not able to, they have weak financial health. So I can give an example in a town in the northeast region. They had a piped water system produced for them, and after 5 days, the system collapsed because of a fault, and they went over 5 years without having access to piped water. So this was putting pressure on the people to walk long distance, especially women and children, to walk long distances to have access to piped water services. So when we come in, what we need to do is that when there are faults or when there are breakages, they don't have to take a very long time for them to be fixed. What we come in is that...
So the system will be more speedy, like you said, efficient.
Yes, very efficient, because you're going to improve upon the financial health of these water systems.
What is the motivation of NETCOWAS in all of this? What is the bottom line for NETCOWAS?
Okay, so what we know, water is an essential commodity. Yes, so we want to expand access of water to communities, or especially women and children, because when you look at these communities, because of the inadequate water services, there has various challenges on them, yes, and they are not able to have access to credits to be able to run their operations. But NETCOWAS coming in is going to improve upon their credit worthiness. They are going to make them credit worthy to be able to have access to financing to manage the operations.
Now, there has been a traditional management system of these, community water sources and services and all of that. Recently, I was mentioning a few days ago, I was in the eastern region, and where I saw people getting water from, I'm sure most people wouldn't even give such water to their pets, but that is the water that these people were drinking. So I'd like to ask you then, in terms of this, what are you doing that is so different from what already has pertained in these communities traditionally in terms of managing water systems?
Okay, so what we are doing is that we are encouraging participation, direct participation of the community and then the MMDAs. Yes, that's what we are doing. We are actively involving them. And then also the management approach being used by the communities currently are seen as informal. Yes, so they are not really efficient. They are not making the processes efficient. But NETCOWAS is going to transform this into a more formalized and professionalized way to make it more efficient and also actively involve the people into our operation.
If I asked you, what else sets your approach apart from the other systems we've known, what would you say? Apart from everything else you've told me, what else sets you apart as NETCOWAS and this approach, collaborative approach with MMDAs and communities?
Okay, so what sets NETCOWAS apart is that we expand access to households and we provide pre-financing for on-premise connections. Yes, so that's what sets us different from other.
Makes you different
yes,
from others.
And we engage the communities directly with us. So we encourage their participation.
So for communities struggling with their pipe water or administering or managing their water systems, what should they do?
Okay, they should reach out to NETCOWAS because we are capable of transforming their piped water systems into more professionalized and formalized systems, yes. Okay. And we are going to help them expand access to households and also make them credit-worthy. Yes, we are going to make them credit-worthy. As in when they are more professionalized, they are able to have access to loans and also have the ability to pay back. Yes.
All right. Nanekia, do you have any final words for us?
Yes. So what I would say is that NETCOWAS has come to transform the pipe water systems in Ghana. And currently there are a lot of them. There are about 8% of our population who rely on surface water, which is not the best. Which is the worst form any person can have access to. So we are here to transform community piped water services by providing them with quality access to piped water services and also to make them more professionalized and formalized. So if there's any community watching us who need assistance with their piped water services, they can reach out to us on our phone numbers 0240 654097, 0240 654097, or 050 548 2859, and we'll be glad to help them.
Well, Nanekuya Yedasibibri, thank you for coming. That is Nanekuya Sewa Adade, Deputy CEO of NETCOWAS, sharing her thoughts with us on how they want to effectively and efficiently, including financially, manage water systems in communities collaboratively with community members themselves and MMDAs. We take another breather. When we return, there's more action on the AM show. We'll be right back.